Good day din Abante. I am Christine Macy Esperanza of MPA 1Y2-8 of Modular Class, and I will be discussing about executive leadership and supervisory development, leadership theories, French and Raven's 5 forms of power. So what is the difference between leadership and power? The answer to that question might not be quite as easy as it seems at first. In fact, the more you think about it, the more you're likely to come to the realization that leadership and power might be the same thing. In any situation where one person is deemed to be the leader, they are likely also the person with the most power to make decisions. If you find yourself in a position of leadership within your organization, it is safe to say that you have a good deal of power. So the 5 forms of power research was conducted by John French and Bertram Raven in 1959 and was important because it strived to determine what is that makes someone powerful in a given setting. So by describing each of the 5 types of power, you can assess your leadership capabilities. So first, the reward power. It is one of the more common types of power. The reward can take many different forms, but it is typically financial when talking about a leader within a company. If you have the ability to reward your team members with things like bonuses or raise, you have the ability to command their attention through those rewards. Assuming the team members you lead are interested in achieving the rewards that you can offer, they will be likely to work well with you in order to improve their chances of receiving rewards. One of the problems that can arise from using rewards to command power is when you aren't able to offer rewards that are appealing to those whom you lead. For example, if you do not have the power in your company to offer financial rewards of any significance, you have to try to appeal to your team with other benefits and perks that might not be as desirable to them. In order for reward leadership to be effective, the leader must be able to offer rewards that the team members are striving to receive. Second, expert power. It is achieved when you find yourself in a position of expertise based on your knowledge or experience. For example, if you are working on a project with a group of coworkers who are normally your peers but you happen to be an expert in the specific field that you are dealing with, you may find yourself elevated to a position of authority and power. However, oftentimes, this type of power is informal rather than official. You might find that you are commanding more attention in meetings and your opinion is being given more weight, but you might not have received any of the other typical signs of leadership. Coming into power through being an expert in your field is something that you can have long-lasting benefit for your career because this kind of power is more organic than others, such as reward power. It is more likely to remain long after a specific project or task is completed. Next, legitimate or title power is often of the most recognized form of power and leadership because it comes along with being appointed to a specific position. So why does the president have power? Because he holds the title of president and all of the authority that comes with it. In this case, the power is granted more because of a person's title than the individual character. Within organization, legitimate power tends to fall with the people who hold titles like owner, CEO, executive, and other similar positions. This kind of power can be extremely used while it is held, but it tends to go away as soon as the title is taken back and given to someone else. Coercive power. Leaders control their team members by the ability to take things away rather than reward. If you can fire someone based on their lack of performance on the team, for example, you have coercive power to influence their action. They are likely to impress you and meet your expectation in order to keep their job. In many cases, coercive power is only good enough to get people to do the minimum required to avoid punishment, unlike reward power, where team members may strive for excellence in order to achieve certain rewards. Coercive leaders are more likely to get the bare minimum from their team who is simply hoping to stay out of trouble. Last, the referent power can be compared to an X factor because it is power that does not come from any obvious reason. Frequently, those who have referent power are simply well liked by others based on their attitude, charm, or even good looks. They don't necessarily have any logical reason for having come into power, yet they still hold sway over many people for some reason. If you are naturally a person that others gravitate towards and want to talk to, there is a good chance you already have a measure of referent power. So understanding what kind of power you have as a leader and why you have it is a valuable lesson that can be used to better lead people. Most likely, you will have some combination of the five types of power that that are that are outlined above. Think about what kind of power you already have in your position and what kind of power you should be working toward achieving to further your career. That would be all, and thank you.